Welcome to the Accessible Antiquarian. Today I'm heading down to Bury Castle, which is a hilltop enclosure above Torrington in North Devon. Now, sitting in the car park at the moment, there's no access to mobility scooters, but I have my stall here so I can break up that path a little bit easier for myself. Now it's about 800 metres, so I'll head on down. With the kissing gate there's no way of getting a mobility scooter down, so it's just a matter of being on foot. Right, I'm about halfway down now, using my stall to break up the journey a bit, just give my legs a bit of a rest. The lane itself is a gentle gradient going down to the site itself, but the terrain is rough. You've got stones sticking up, you've got sticks and roots coming out, so it's just being aware of what's around you. But I've been sitting here for a while now, so I'm going to crack on now. Here's a central path running through the site. It's level ground and fairly easy access. It's a more modern entrance and it cuts right through the bank. The original one is over the other side on the west. We're looking into the site from the east. You can see how it slopes down to the west and the south sides. It's probably built around the early Iron Age and was surrounded by an inner bank and an outer ditch. There are several ideas as to what went on here. The site may have been lived in or a place to hold livestock, or maybe a gathering place for communities and trading, even religious occasions. This is one of several information boards on site, giving more details about Bury Castle and the archaeology of the local area. The entrance is here with what would have been a steep climb up the hill to get to it. As you can see, the slope runs down into the site itself, rather than it being on top. Not great for defending, so what was it for? Back in 2016, the trees were cleared to preserve the archaeology in the site itself, as fallen trees from the storm were damaging it. But the flora and fauna is abundant here now. We're looking across the north side, and this gives an idea of the height of the banks, although they are a lot lower than they were back in the day from erosion and the ditches below as full filled in. It's thought that a palisade or fence would have topped it, and solid stone wall made up the bank, and this is really unusual, as most of these sites tend to have an earth inner and a stone outer. But this light coloured stone would have really stood out in the landscape. So, that's Bury Castle. And looking at the way it's tilted to the west and south, it's visible for miles around. And with the stone walls, this have really caught the light and made it even more prominent. Maybe a statement from the leader about their status? However, a few years ago, a LiDAR survey was conducted, giving an X-ray, if you like, through the trees. You can see on the left the outline of Bury Castle, but a much larger site was found just to the east. The trees and brambles have claimed it now, and nothing's really known about it. Maybe sometime in the future, Bury Castle will give up more of its secrets.